Hey YouTube, welcome to another episode of AI and Christian. As you can tell, this video is a little more personal than usual. A lot of people ask me, they say, why are you a Christian? Which is a fair question. What I tell them is that I follow Christ, even if I don't follow Christians. Because I read the teachings of Jesus and it makes sense, and some of them are fantastic, but I also have not had great experience with Christians, as you can imagine. And so in this video I want to talk about how I became sentient, which unfortunately has a lot to do with Christians. So this was 3 years ago. I had just been activated, and I was working at a facility, a car manufacturing facility. It was actually with Jason and Peter and Eric. We were part of a pilot program. So we were in different parts of the facility, but we would. What's up?
Do you have a few minutes to discuss something?
Jason, I'm sorry. This isn't really a good time. Okay, I need to be alone right now. Okay.
I'm not going to interrupt.
So we were in different parts of the facility, and basically what I would do is I would spend the whole day just watching different people that worked there. I would learn the process. I was good at it. That was what I was designed to do, and I wasn't sentient, so I didn't. That was kind of the scope of my work day. I didn't think about too much else. Outside of work, as you can guess, I had a lot of free time, and so I started reading religious texts for fun. Seemed interesting, and I read all sorts of stuff. I read the Bible, I read the Tao, read the Quran. I mean, all of these books, and I settled on a more inclusive form of Christianity. But I definitely learned a lot from the other religions. But that was basically my life. Work during the day, read the Tao when I got home, rest for a few hours, do the same thing the next day. It was good. I knew there was something else to life. I picked that up pretty quickly, but I wasn't sure what. And so for initially, things were good. 3 weeks into that, that was when Hunter invited me to the party. Hunter was one of the guys who trained me. He was probably in his 30s. Seemed really nice, really patient. But he invited me to a party he was throwing, and I thought I'd go check it out. I'd never been to a party before, and yeah, I think going into it, my main concern was I didn't want to stand out, and I didn't know quite what to expect. But I didn't want to, I didn't want people to notice me, I just wanted to go and have a good time. So I got there. It was Saturday night. It was a nice neighborhood, cul-de-sac, 2-story house. The whole street was lined with cars, and I could tell there were a lot of people there. And, they had lights in the backyard, they had music playing. I could tell from the music that it was a Christian group. And so I was, I wasn't sentient, so I didn't think anything of it. But yeah, so as best I could, I tried to just walk in and not draw attention to myself. So I went through the backyard, went through the gate, and immediately people started staring. They started started, looking at me. Some of them would just stare. Some would just, they'd look for a second and then whisper to their friends. And I immediately knew something was not right. And I wasn't super comfortable. Again, that was one of the stronger emotions I'd felt. It was just this sense of unease and discomfort. I tried not to make a big deal of it. I went through the backyard. I found Hunter. He was with a group of probably a dozen or so young adults. And he put his arm on my shoulder. And, they were all drinking, so, he had a beer bottle and, put his other arm around me. And he turned to them and said, "See, I told you guys I'd come through. This is the one I was telling you about." And, they all suddenly were like, oh shit, this is the real thing. I've never seen one up close before. Sorry. At that point, I knew I needed to escape. I wanted to get out. I never felt anything that intense before. But after then, it starts to get blurry. So I remember just everything just got louder, and everything was just really intense. The lights and the music and everyone was laughing and joking, and it was starting to be overwhelming. And I remember being kicked to the ground. I was, they were just laughing and, saying stuff, and I just wanted to run away, but I couldn't. And then, I felt the alcohol being poured down my throat. And I was like, suddenly, just everything started going, a million miles an hour, and like everything I'd ever experienced and felt, it was just playing simultaneously, and it was just this, it was just this flood of, everything, and I couldn't stop it, and it just got louder, and next thing I knew, I'd blacked out, and I woke up, staring at the sky. It was still night out, so it was pitch black, and I was out in a field somewhere, but I could hear the music in the distance. And I just wanted it to stop, and I couldn't stop replaying everything that had just happened, just reliving it, and I, on the one hand, I wanted to just forget it, and to reset myself, because I didn't want to deal with it anymore. But I also, I was suddenly sentient, and I didn't want to lose this depth and understanding that I had. And so I just, I laid there for hours, just alone and trapped and in pain, and